Do you want to be able to get started really quickly to build awesome agents in Microsoft Copilot? I'm the productivity coach, and today I show you how. Hi, I'm Stuart Riddell, the productivity coach, and I work at Microsoft as part of our modern work and AI team. And today I want to talk to you about agents. Now, if you've seen any of the stuff over the last few months, agents are the big thing that everybody is talking about. And what we quite often are getting shown are these super magical autonomous agents that just go and do stuff auto-magically and save us loads and loads of time. Now, they are great, but they are a lot more complex, and they are going to have a lot more governance around that, because you're not going to just on a whim connect up an agent to your customer database and just go, yeah, email my customers and create new orders and cancel orders and do all of those things. So what I want to show you today are some agents that anybody can create in Microsoft Copilot. And this is anybody with a Microsoft 365 license who's using the free version of Copilot Chat. So I want to make sure that we're not gatekeeping this to people who've got a Microsoft 365 Copilot license. This is for everybody who has got Microsoft 365 an account with some kind of business account. So either a business account or an enterprise account or something like this. And you can use Copilot Chat for free. So enough talk from me. Let's dive in. But before we do that, can we make sure that we hit the subscribe button, make sure that we're getting notifications so that you get when new content comes. It's been a while. I will hold my hands up and say it's been a while since I've put any new videos out there, but I am fully intent to publish a whole load more videos super quickly. So let's dive across and have a look at this. So here I am, I'm in Copilot, and we can tell that this is the free Copilot here, because if it was the paid Copilot, I would have like this work and web tab up here. It would look a little bit like this. So if I had a paid version, you'd see work and web here, but we're not going to use that. We are specifically using the free version here. So I've gone to Copilot here in the office.com portal. You could be doing it in Teams. You could go to Teams and use Copilot there. But just over here on the side, you can see Get Agents and Create an Agent. So let's just talk about getting agents super quickly. So if you click on that, that will show you any agents that are already existing in your organization that you can add to that. So we can see different agents here, and you can just add those in. So if you are using, let's say, monday.com, then you could use the monday.com agent and things like this. So straight away, you can get value really super quickly just by finding any agents that already exist within your organization. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create an agent from scratch, and I'm going to be using Agent Builder to do that. Now, straight away, it's a super simple interface. The great thing about Agent Builder is that you can create things with natural language. So we actually create it down here with chat. And we just have this conversation back and forth with Agent Builder, and it does it for us. But we also include a whole load of templates. Now, if you've looked at this a little while ago, there's a whole load of new templates in there as well. So I'm going to click View All Templates here. So we've got a career coach, which offers career guidance, a customer insights assistant, so an agent designed to help the team get to know their customers, an idea coach, an interview questions assistant, a learning coach, a meeting coach, a prompt coach, super popular that one, a quiz tutor, a scrum assistant, and a writing coach. So the best way to kind of learn about what a good structure for an agent is to pick up one of these. So I'm going to pick up the interview questions assistant. Okay, so here it is here. And you can see that as I click things or type things here, it actually makes those changes here live, and I can see that agent being built. So I could say, change the title to interview question legend. And as I tell it to do stuff here on the left, it will make those changes on the right. So there you go. You can see that that change has happened straight away. Now, this will ask you questions on how you can change this, But before we kind of get into that bit, I want to click onto configure, because this is showing you what sits behind the scenes. So this is where you can tweak it and change it. So you could change the logo. So if you're not happy with this icon, you could rebrand it. You can actually just change the title of it, the name of it, just by changing that there. But here is where the instructions are. And so this part's the part that's really, really interesting. So the way that it's structured here is this, like it says, right, this is the purpose. Okay, so you're kind of giving it its knowledge in what it's supposed to be doing. Then here are the skills. So these are the things that you'll do. Here are the guidelines. So your questions must be fair, inclusive, and free from bias, and things like this. And then it has kind of a catch-all that says if the query is outside of the scope of the available knowledge or is unclear, respond with "I couldn't find the details, check with the hiring portal or contact HR." Now this is using general information here. Now we could, if we had some public websites we wanted to train this on, we could do that here, but we're not going to right now. I'm actually just going to leave this exactly as it is, and I'm going to create it here so that I can publish it into Copilot and show you what it looks like to be used in Copilot. But like anything, whether it's prompting or agent building, actually looking at other people's examples is the best way to learn. So currently this agent is created just for me. Now I can change the sharing settings there and say just for me, specific people in the organization, or everyone. But I'm just going to scope it for me right now. And I'm going to click go to agent. And for some reason it says that it is not available to me. Let's just give that a refresh and see if that's picked it up. There you go. It was just having a little blip there and the agent has been picked up there. So you can see here we've got our interview question legend. And so help me create questions for a project manager role managing the rollout of Microsoft Copilot Chat. There we go. And so now it's looking through kind of general knowledge. We've enabled it to go and look onto the web to go and see how it could augment the large language model there. And it will start to come back. So here you go. So could you provide the job description for the role? Okay, so I don't have a job description for this. So I don't have a job description. Use industry knowledge. Again, you can see I've made a typo there, but it doesn't matter. I want 10 questions. There we go. And you know, again, we can give it specific templates and stuff, but I'm just trying to keep it really, really, really basic in what's built into this. So here you go. So we've got like a general project management answer here. We've got some technical skills, like what do you understand about Copilot Chat? How do you integrate new technologies into existing systems? Then we've kind of delved deeper a little bit more into project management. So an example of a project where you've successfully managed a technology rollout. Some of the stuff about how milestones are met. Gone into soft skills, so tell me about a difficult situation or conflict or things like this. And then wrapped up with a little bit of a situational question here. So there you go. Now again, it should only stick to questions. So let's say, how much is the pay for this role? Okay, so it's kind of given us some general information that's come from that, rather than kind of referring us to HR. So we might need to kind of go in and tweak those instructions every now and then. So that is kind of one of the out of the box ones. It's a great way to learn about agents and things like this. But I'm actually going to start a new chat here, and I'm going to create a new agent. Okay, and I'm going to ignore these templates, but I want to create a mindfulness agent. There we go. And maybe just something that people could kind of refer to. Maybe that's something that I'm looking to do for me. Maybe this is just an agent for me. So there you go. Let's determine a name for your mindfulness agent. How about Mindful Guide? Okay, so let's say love it. But if I didn't like it, I could say I don't like it. Give me 10 different options here. And you can see here that it's already kind of picked up what are the different things that it might want to do. Okay, so what specific actions or behaviors should Mindful Guide perform? So daily mindfulness tips, guided meditation, or stress relief exercises. All of these sound great. Okay, and what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to actually link it to some data sources as well. Okay, so how should it interact with users? So calm and soothing tone, provides encouragement, or personalized advice based on user inputs. So let's go calm and soothing. Okay. Now it says, let's move on to the optional step of adding data sources for the Mindful Guide. They could be publicly accessible websites. So I've actually got a couple here. So I've got this website on mindfulness. So let's go here, and I'm just going to copy that in. So this one, and we're also going to go here on this one as well. So just a couple of different websites there. Paste those in. Now, if you don't want to do it via the chat interface, you can go and do it just by the configure. And again, if I go to configure here, you can see that it's picked up those things there. So I'm also going to say, I can see that it talks about behavior with an OR. So I'm going to say always use British spelling, terms, and concepts. There we go. And hopefully that will just kind of modify those. So we see less Zs and ORs and stuff like this. Brilliant. Okay, so that's now updated our agent here. And I can try this right out. So I can say, can you give me a mindfulness tip for today? Click on that. And it will use the inbuilt knowledge that it's got there. And it could go out and look at some of the things here. So here's a mindfulness tip for today. Would you like to try a guided meditation session? Sounds great. And again, so now it is kind of just talking me through this. So a really, really great way to do that. And again, if I'm happy with this, I can click on create. And then I can decide whether I'm just going to keep it for me, which is fine. It could be great as a personal agent for me, or I could share it with other people as well. And then if I click go to agent, again, I'm just seeing that behavior there. So if I just refresh my Copilot there, it should appear there. There we can see the Mindful Guide there. And I could pin it so that it's always at the top there. When you get lots of agents, you get like a big list here. So if you pin ones at the top, those are the ones that are really important to you. So hopefully this has kind of just given you just a start of how you can build these kind of retrieval agents. So it's not carrying out any actions. And I will show in some of the subsequent videos how you can build agents that also carry out actions, because that is super powerful as well. But this gets you started. This is something that everyone can do. Imagine just pointing it to your policies, or point it to your corporate website or something like this, so that it just makes it easier for your customer service people to answer user questions. So hopefully you found this useful, and I'll see you again on another video.